Hello, glad to have you join us again on Eyewitness Report. The collapse of a two-story building in Jos, the Plateau State capital, takes the lead on this week's edition of the program as we highlight pictures and videos of the unfortunate incident. Also, a police bust on a kidnap gang in Ogun State reveals a horrifying story of the death of two men who were missing over 6 months ago. These and more on the program. I am Yomi Otaigbe. Welcome. We begin on a sad note. The people of Plateau State and indeed other Nigerians are mourning as the menace of building collapse hit hard on Jos, the state capital. A two-story building housing Saint Academy, a private secondary school in Jos North local government area of the state, caved in the early hours of Friday, July the 12th, leaving 22 students dead and many injured.
The siren blare as emergency service vehicles speed off to the scene of the collapsed two-story building. As the news of the collapse spreads, the crowd swells and more people troop in to the disaster site with wailings. Frantic residents and parents anxiously await the rescue of their children and wards, while first responders and security operatives, as well as volunteers, search through the rubble of bricks, concrete and wrought irons to rescue those trapped. More children are rescued among the chaotic situation. Government officials and lead of emergency management agencies make early call to the area to assess the damage.
In our information, we gathered that there are pupils writing their exams as at that time. We quickly now activated an emergency response. We called the fire service. We had liaison with the SEMA and other critical stakeholders to mobilize and see how rescue operation can be done. As you can see behind me, rescue operation is ongoing. Evacuation of those trapped and other several dead bodies, they are moving to the designated hospitals, and search and rescue operation is ongoing with other critical stakeholders in a coordinated manner. I cannot ascertain the level of people that are trapped, but as I tell you that, I think about from our interface and interaction with some of the pupils, there are teachers and students, about 200. They were writing exams when this thing occurred.
The volunteers of the Nigerian Red Cross Society have been trying to give first aid, psychological first aid to the parents and other people that are around. So that is what we have been busy doing. Right now, in regard to the casualties, you can see that different first aid forces have been evacuating the casualties to the hospital. So to tell you a number now, we can be like quickly telling you a number that is not ascertained, but we know that there are survivors, there are people that have been survived, picking out, rescued from the building, from the collapsed building, and then those with injuries, and there are some that without injuries. So about 20 have been evacuated to the hospital, to Ola, to Plateau Hospital, to Bingham and Jutes at the same time. We cannot ascertain of the dead bodies because our concentration is more of those that are injured right now. So at the end we will harmonize the figures and know how many that survive it and how many that are dead.
We're here because our children are trapped in this debris, and efforts have been made by NEMA, SEMA, and other security agencies to make sure that we find them alive and take them to the hospitals. And so far we have gotten a number of them. We want to thank God that there was no examination today. If not, the casualty figure would have been more than this. We've ordered all our hospitals to take this emergency matter seriously. As they step in, there shouldn't be need for any documentation or any need for people to ask for money or anything, because it's an emergency situation. So the Commissioner of Health, in collaboration with the SGS and of course with the Governor's consent, has ordered that all our major hospitals in Jos Metropolis should attend to these numbers, because it will interest you to know that this school has about 400 students. And from what we have gathered, because it's an emergency situation, about 200 people were trapped in that collapsed building. And the emergency intervention has done a lot, and a lot of children have been evacuated to the hospitals. And we pray that at the end of the day, it's going to end this way, that we don't lose a life.
It's not a day for whether it is right or wrong. It is a day that we are sad that we lost lives that are very, very unnecessary, and then it is not something that we quickly make statements about. The government is looking into this, we're investigating it, we are going to track those who have this institution. But I don't even need anybody to tell me to go to the office. You can clearly see that these buildings don't have approvals. And that's why we keep appealing. The process of approval is not just about paying government money, it's also to ensure that the structure has all the requirements it needs, and you will be supervised at every stage. So we keep encouraging people. This has only spurred us to do more.
24 hours after the incident, Plateau State Governor visits some healthcare facilities where the injured are receiving treatment.
This is your future. How are you? What's the name? Joshua.
Enter from there. Sir? So in the back door they follow enter from.
We were in school then. All of a sudden they were teaching us, then all of a sudden the house just collapsed.
We were in the classroom. Then suddenly the wall started breaking and everything cracked.
It was a very unfortunate incident.
Like I said, it's an incident that could have been avoided with proper governance. Clearly, you can see that the building leaves a lot to be desired. Even as a layman, I could see that the building was not up to standard. Unfortunately, it has existed for years and has put the lives of people at peril. In peril now, we have a total of 22 lives lost. Many are still in hospital, but we thank God the casualties could have been more. This is why when we came into government, one of the executive orders we signed, Order 003, was to be able to sanitize the city, especially to avoid these kind of catastrophes. We are not out to punish anybody. We are not doing wickedness to anyone. We are not witch hunting anybody. We just want to make sure that we live in a society like civilized people, obeying rules and regulations. And by the grace of God, we are going to continue on this trajectory. As a government, we have undertaken to bear the medical bills of all the victims in the hospital. We'll do the best we can to ensure that they get the best of medical care. Like we have said, that school stands shut down and is a call to duty. Not only are we going to investigate the reasons behind the collapse of that building, we are going to extend our searchlight. We're going to beam our searchlight on all such schools.
In the aftermath of the building collapse, construction engineers and related professionals take stock, collecting samples of the building materials from the debris for test and analysis.
This worker will not do all round later.
See the dimension, see the sequence.
They are not likely to all do all round.
This is 10 mm.
We're here to continue with the collection of samples. We got steel, we got concrete. We are going to subject all of them to laboratory analysis. We are collecting soil samples today. We'll dig up to 2.5 meters to collect the samples and then do our tests in our laboratories, the bearing capacity test, to know the strength of this soil. If it was such that it could have carried this building.
In a twist of events, the principal of the school in the eye of the storm denies some allegations, including reports that the building was distressed before it collapsed.
The rumors are unfounded. They are unfounded. What I do personally is this: on a daily basis, I do a kind of general checking and monitoring twice, in the morning and in the evening, to probably ascertain areas where we might need to work on. But I didn't see any. So the rumor that it has been shaken is not safe for students to see is unfounded. It's not true at all.
On arrival, the first port of call for officials of the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, led by the Director General, is the site of the collapsed building, now demolished. From the site, NEMA officials visit one of the hospitals to commiserate with victims receiving treatment. The Director General of NEMA then pays a sympathy visit to the Governor of Plateau State.
I want to also use this opportunity to really commend you, because the SEMA here was truly up and doing, and sometimes we do not get that sort of cooperation from states. But because of how coordinated they were, it was much easier for NEMA to come in as second responders to assist in the evacuation. We pray that this will never ever happen in Plateau State. Not just Plateau State, we pray that it will never happen in Nigeria. And may God rest the souls of all the young ones we have lost, and the ones that are in hospital. I've visited some of them, they're recovering. And I was very impressed. I was telling the SSG and the quality of what we saw at Birmingham Hospital. And I think so far we have only about 4 patients left.
Responding, the state governor seeks the collaboration of NEMA to enhance response to emergency situations.
This has taught us that we must not rest on our oars. We're therefore proceeding to make sure that SEMA becomes as active as it should be. We will therefore count on your assistance in every way you can to reach out to some of the international organizations that can be of assistance in this regard.
What is left of the collapsed 2-story building and other structures that were demolished afterwards are fragments of concrete. While the state and nation mourn those who lost their lives in the unfortunate incident, it becomes necessary for the Plateau State government to ensure that building regulations are strictly enforced by relevant agencies to avoid building collapse going forward.
Welcome back. The long arm of the law might have finally caught up with Monday Igwe and Chukwuma Bartholomew, alleged members of a 7-man gang who are said to be responsible for most kidnappings and killings in Ijebu North local government area of Ogun State, following their arrest by the police. Their confessions led to the recovery of the bodies of 2 male adults who were declared missing by their family members since the 31st of December 2023. We'd like to warn that some of the images might be disturbing.
Officers and men of the Ogun State Police Command set out from Agodo village to the forest where cases of kidnapping were reported. To unsuspecting residents, this road will pass for one leading to farms in the locality, but recent discoveries have proven otherwise. Kidnappers reportedly carry out their nefarious activities down deep in the forest. The long walk seems unending as the Ogun State Commissioner for Police leads his men, family members and health officials into the bush where victims of the kidnappers were killed and buried after the payment of ransom by their families.
23rd of November 2023, and the last one was on 31st, precisely Christmas Eve of 2023. We recorded 3 cases of kidnapping that have a familiar pattern. And we have been on this for quite some time until we got a breakthrough recently. These 2 suspects have confirmed being the culprits, while their other partners are presently on the run. They are here to lead us to the shallow grave where the kidnapped victims were buried.
In handcuffs, the 2 kidnapped suspects, Monday Igwe and Chukwuma Bartholomew, members of a 7-man gang, lead the police through bushy and narrow paths to where their victims are buried in shallow graves at different locations.
Sunday Adékúnlé Ìṣẹ́lájà aṣọ tó wọ̀ ní ọjọ́ yẹn rèé.
On sighting the graves, the suspect commenced the exhumation of the bodies on the orders of the police boss.
So I come to Jebugbo. I started to do farm work.
What level? How did you kidnap the man? And
so it's my friend. So now he lead me to him. And you know already tell me say we want to kidnap. He say make I leave the work where they do the work no pay me. Say make I leave and say make we go rob. So after we go for the back of Abusi, that is my first time to go there. Where you carry the person go bush, where you begin to do the video. So as they kill the person, the thing come enter my body. That is why I no follow come for this Baba road. So yes, I regret. I say I no even know say na the key person. I no go. Then tell me I say I no go come again. So after that, after 1 week, now
how much?
They come give me 150,000.
How much did you collect from the victim's family?
I don't even know.
How many kidnaps have you done?
This one.
Just one.
Yes.
My role is that I should follow them to somewhere to rob. So when we went there, we kidnapped the man. After that, they lead the man inside the bush. So they will collected money from his family. So after then I say if they delay not to pay the money, they will kill the man. Okay. So after then we wait till 4 o'clock in the morning. So they took Baba, me with them, took Baba to forest of Agbodu. Yeah, waiting for money. So we don't see the money. So after that, they are now get gunshot for the Baba.
Where is the gun?
It's from my brother, which is bearing Ifeanyi, Benjamin.
Where is he now?
I don't know where it is. Where is he?
Who have the WhatsApp number you used to send to the victim's family?
It's Ibuchuku.
Where's that Ibuchuku?
It's with my brother.
You're forgone. How much were you given at the end of the operation?
They give me 300.
How much did you collect from the family?
They are the one that handle the every recording or whatever.
Emotional Sunday Oyenuga narrates the effect of his missing cousin, now found dead.
On the Chris Eve of New Year, 2023/2024, it was going for that's the Passover night. That's what the news we got, and all necessary sacrifice we have made before we heard about this information. Very sadly, we gathered together, we sponsored, we pay ransomed in millions. I think the last one I had, was close to 7 million, over 7 million. And some even paid us after that. We are talking of something close to 10 million, if not over, just for them to release him. And the man, he was a patient in UCH. He's diabetic, hypertensive. When I asked the consultant in UCH, what's our hope about your patient? The doctor cleverly said, which I did, and the worst have been done. The worst have been done. The worst have been done.
I thank the Nigerian police for this extraordinary performance, because for someone to locate this place, we have been suspecting so many things, but at the end, we don't even know that the parasite is just by our side.
Have information about the rest, that will not be captured in this discourse. We continue with that, but for now, the important thing is that they have admitted to the commissioning of the offense, and for now, too, the cohorts are on the run. All necessary procedure is being in place to ensure that we apprehend the remaining members of the gang, and we do this charge to court.
The arrest of these suspects comes barely 2 weeks after a 3-man kidnap gang operating along the Shagamu-Ilishon Expressway were arrested.
Rather than complaining about anything you're not satisfied with in your area, make a change by telling the story. You can do so on our Eyewitness report. All you need to do is to document such in photos or videos, and you'll be telling your story. To do this, download the Channels TV app from online app stores. If you don't have one already, open the app and go to the menu, then click on the Eyewitness icon to upload what you've captured for the story to be told. Remember to add your name, location, and a form of contact like a telephone number or an email address to enable us reach you. This is where we draw the curtains on this edition. Thank you for watching. I am Yomi Otaiwe.